Welcome, friends, families, and teachers. It is wonderful to see all of you here today. It is an honor to be standing before you on such a memorable occasion, to thank all of you for taking your time to be here today, and for playing a significant role in the lives of these graduates. I know graduation speeches are supposed to be long and serious, but I also know that 8th graders aren't always the most serious, especially this 8th grade class. It seems like only yesterday we were starting 8th grade. Time really does fly when you're having fun, or in our case, when you're trying to survive 8th grade. But we made it. We're finally graduating and moving on to high school, and we're excited that you could be here to celebrate this important moment in our lives. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Today we will be praying in both English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Afrikaans. Please bow your heads and close your eyes with me as I pray. Dear Jesus, thank you that we finally made it to this day. Thank you for the amazing teachers you have given us who guide us every day. We will miss them very much. Please help us all continue to grow closer to you every day. Help us have a good night together and enjoy the last few moments we have with each other. Help us continue to honor you today and every day. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Bow your heads and close your eyes. Amante Padre, gracias por estar con nosotros en este día. Gracias por los profesores que nos han guiado durante todo el año hasta hoy. Los amamos y los vamos a extrañar mucho. Ayúdanos a crecer más cerca a ti cada día. Ayúdanos a tener una buena noche y disfrutar los últimos momentos que tenemos juntos. Ayúdanos a honrarte hoy en tu nombre. Amén.
Querido Deus, obrigada por finalmente chegar até hoje. Obrigada pelos professores incríveis que você nos deu e que nos guiaram todos os dias. Sentiremos muita falta deles. Por favor, ajude-nos a continuar a crescer mais perto de você todos os dias. Ajude-nos a ter uma boa noite juntos e que poderemos aproveitar os últimos momentos que temos com um ao outro. Ajude-nos a honrá-lo hoje e todos os dias. Em nome de Jesus, eu oro. Amém.
Liewe Jesus, dankie dat ons dit gemaak het tot hierdie dag. Dankie vir stommende juffrouens wat jy vir ons gegee het, wat vir ons elke liewe dag lei deur die lewe. Ons gaan hulle baie mis. Asseblief help ons om almal elke liewe dag nader aan U te groei. Help dat ons almal 'n goeie dag saam het en om die laaste oomblikke met mekaar te geniet. Help ons om U te eer elke liewe dag. In Jesus se naam, amen.
Congratulations, class of 2023. Most classes' valedictorians talk about themselves in their speeches. Thankfully, you guys don't make any old class, so you're easy to talk about. Since I'm a numbers guy, I'll be putting this speech in terms that I can understand. 2014 was the year that this class began its journey at Mount Aetna Adventist School. When we first walked in those doors, we could barely count to 10. But eventually, we learned how to add, subtract, and we learned our times tables, which was harder for some more than others. Long division, and now we're getting into Algebra 1 and geometry. Now that we know so much math, let's crunch some numbers together. Here's an equation. We start with 9 years of school together, add in 14 teachers, which is then raised to the power of 11 for each of the members of our class. The number of memories we made together is, can't count that high. But In all seriousness, though, we have spent 1,620 days together at this school. For those of us who have been here since kindergarten, that's almost 1/3 of our entire lives. Though many things have subtracted from our class, we still came out positive. We've faced obstacles like 2 years of COVID restrictions and missing out on countless field trips and other fun activities, and having to say goodbye to 5 teachers that we loved. But even despite these challenges, we have to come together as the best class ever. So many great leaders in here have shown their best in this class. You have shown your ability to work in a diverse group, and in that you were able to raise the most amount of money ever as an 8th grade class at Mount Aetna at almost $10,000. Not only did we have a fun-filled class trip with the money we raised, but we were also able to pay all our graduation expenses with our income. Bake sales and pizza lunches were a lot of work and weren't always fun, but we learned to work through it, and the results speak for themselves. While I like to think we will always be remembered for being number 1 in funds, I know the most valuable thing we will take with us is our friendships and memories.
Hello, my name is Daniel Romero of the 2023 8th grade classroom. I'd just like to thank all my fellow classmates for getting me through the past 2 years of my life. I really appreciate all of that for what they have done for me. And honestly, it was just amazing. And the one thing I always wondered and what scared me, it was that change. Change always comes a part of our lives every day. Something will always never stay the same, it will always be different. And we're afraid of that, but sometimes we have to change for the better, because if not, we'll never change for the better. And of the things you let go, you'd be surprised what makes its way back to you. And to end off with this, I would like to say our class motto. The bad news is time flies by. The good news is you're the pilot. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joshua Stanner. I'd just like to thank this amazing class for being always with me and supporting me. I would like to present to you our class verse. We carefully thought this over, and here is our verse. It is found in Deuteronomy 31:6, and it says, "Be strong and have good courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them, for the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you."
At this time, I would like to invite the graduates to collect their flowers and be seated with their families. This slideshow will feature pictures of us, the graduates, highlighting the many memories and important people who have done so much to bring us up here to where we are tonight. We love you all very much.
Mommy and Puppy, I thank God for giving me you as my parents. He gave me a gift I can never thank him enough for. Mom, thank you for always listening to me and trying to understand me, even when my logic isn't making sense. Thank you for listening to me when I need a break from school and helping me when I've had enough. Thank you for always showing me love and respect, and thank you for being my best friend and role model. Mommy and Puppy, I thank God for giving me you as my parents. He gave me a gift I could never thank him enough for. Mom, thank you for always listening to me and trying to understand me, even when my logic isn't making sense. Thank you for listening to me when I need a break from school and helping me when I've had enough. Thank you for always showing me love and respect, and thank you for being my best friend and role model. Dad, thank you for always taking me to my friends' houses, even when you've had a long day. Thank you for listening to my music with me in the car, even if it's not the classical music that you enjoy. I will always admire your relationship that you have with God, and I thank you for showing me how to love the way that He does. Thank you for showing me kindness and encouragement. Although the both of you may have thought you were done having kids, I am happy and honored you chose me to come into your life, even if it was a little bit later. Thank you for always looking out for me and choosing to take me to this school. You gave me not only a good education, but friends I will have for a lifetime and another family. I will always be thankful for that. Thank you for the unconditional love, time, and effort you have given me. I love you always.
Dear Mom and Dad, words will never be enough to express the love and gratitude I have for both of you. But since I have to get this done, I'll try my best. Thank you for all the years of love and guidance. Thank you for always being with me through the highs and lows. Thank you for all the nights you spent awake just to make sure I was okay. Thank you for the never-ending love and encouragement. Thank you for supporting me no matter what. I wouldn't be who I am today without both of you. You guys have taught me how to love and how to always care for others. You have taught me how to view life in the most positive way. You've taught me how to learn from my mistakes and how to always do my best no matter the outcome. Dad, thank you for all the coaching you've given me. My analytic skills wouldn't be so good if it weren't for you. Thank you for the late night talk and the late night dance parties. My dancing skills wouldn't be the same if it weren't for your great lessons. Mom, you for sure are my #1 fan. Let's say if you were a cheerleader, you'd be the best of them. Thank you for the hugs, kisses, laughs, and cries, and everything that comes with that. Thank you for the advice you've given me. I wouldn't be the same without you. My little brother Bernardo, you'll always be my little baby, and I love you so much. Thank you for the hugs, the comfort, and the laughs. You can seriously drive me crazy sometimes, but I still love you. Ever since the day you were born, you've become one of the most important people in my life. I hate to see you cry, and if I could, I'd shield every bad thing from your life. But I can't. Things will always change, but the love and care I have for you will never. I will always be by your side, supporting, cheering, and loving you. Thank you for everything. Merci un carinhoso. Te amo.
Dear Mom and Dad, I know I can't thank you enough for everything you have done for me, but I just want you to know how appreciated you are. You have always been there for me when I needed you and encouraged me when no one else was there. You are both a great example of what it means to love unconditionally. You never judge me, you are most of the time patient with me, you always listen to me, and you always give me a hug when I need one. I look up to both of you so much. There are no words to describe how much you mean to me. No one could ever replace either of you. I will never be able to repay you for all the time and love you've shown me. Thank you for all the countless memories, like telling me stories, going to the lake, traveling, and so much more. No matter what we did, whether it was going to the park or just sitting down and talking, you always found a way to make it fun and memorable. You have always put my happiness before yours, and I'm forever grateful for that. I care so much about both of you. I want to thank you for helping me grow closer to God and for teaching me about Him every day. I want to thank my dad for always giving me great advice and most importantly for the good food he makes. I also want to thank my mom for always spending time with me and for all the sacrifices she has made for me. I love you both so much. I also want to thank Gigi for being the best little sister I could ever ask for. Even though you annoy me sometimes, I still love you and I can't imagine my life without you. Thank you for being the best family I could ask for. I am so blessed to have parents like you.
Dear parents and guardians, I want to thank you for the sacrifices you have taken to get me to where I am today. I especially appreciate my mother and father for supporting my journey, since they made the biggest contribution to it. I want to thank my dad for all of the things he has been able to give me and let me experience. I remember kayaking with him in the summer months. He would always pack snacks for the trip, and he would always make sure I saw every turtle we passed by. We would sit for hours. I also want to thank my dad for being a teacher for me. He got me where I am now, helping me as a student and as a human being. You always acknowledged my achievements and corrected my mistakes in an easy and accurate way. I hope you will continue to think about all the math classes you taught, all the hours you put into my comfort academically. I can only hope that I can become even a little like the man who raised me. I also want to thank my mom. You sacrificed so much time and effort to help me remain safe and feel safe. You were the one that got me to school on time, most days. Now a new chapter has opened in this book, and you are one of, if not the most important author. She was the one I remember always reading to me as a little kid. I was able to go places through her reading to me, and I thank her for giving me that. Many more people have helped me on my journey, and I want to acknowledge them. I want to thank my friends, especially my first one, Clara. She has given me so much laughter and love in my life. I can think of so many memories with her. I would also like to thank all of my other caretakers that have helped me and kept me out of harm's way. Though hard times have made their way through me and the people I have been surrounded by, I think that the lows have made the highs more enjoyable, and that includes being with all these people I mentioned. I just want to say thank you for all the work you all have put in, and I hope I can somehow pay it forward.
Hey Mom and Dad, I just want to thank you and all others for raising me to who I am today. I will remember all you've done for me, for putting up with my fussing as a baby, for putting food on my plate, for applying me to this school, and most importantly, for ensuring I live a comfortable life. Mom, I'll never forget the times you've been there for me and stuck around when I needed it. And Dad, for making time to spend with me and all the cool stories you have to tell us. And Justin, although you can't make it here today, I want to thank you for all the cool stuff you showed me. You are the coolest big brother and Marine I know, and I look up to you. Thanks for all the memories you shared with me also. There's too many to name all of them, but I will most notably remember all the times we go out and travel and try out new things. I enjoyed my time here at Mount Aetna School, but now I have to move on. Time seems to fly by so fast now, and it had seemed everything was in slow motion. But now I'm here. I could never have done it without you to get me here today. You guys have carried me here through all my ups and downs, and I'm so thankful for that. I have many plans for the future I'd like to fulfill, and hopefully you can stick along to the journey with me. I can't tell what's up next for me in the next few years. For now, we can only see what time will tell. You guys are literally the best things to ever happen in my life, and I can't wait to see where my life goes with you. But in the meantime, high school, here I come.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for all that you do for me. I really do appreciate it. You provide me with all the things that I need and so much more. Thank you for all the fun trips that we do and all the fun toys that you get me, like the dirt bikes, snowmobiles, jet skis, and more. Thank you for all the stuff you buy me just so I can practice basketball. Thank you for always providing me with a nice warm bed that I can fall asleep in every night. And anytime that I am hungry, there is always food there for me to eat. And thank you, Mom and Dad, for all the meals that you prepared for me. Thank you for always being there for me anytime I needed it. And thanks for taking care of me when I am sick and don't feel well. Thank you, Mom, for helping me learn how to cook and bake, especially those chocolate chip cookies. And also all the other things, how to keep a nice house. Thank you, Mom, for cheering me up in everything that I do and support me. Dad, thanks for introducing me to the love of sports. Ever since you started to play with me as a little kid, I have loved every second of playing sports with you and just being with you. Thank you, Dad, for pushing me to always being the best person and athlete that I can be. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me how to drive a car, the dirt bikes, the jet skis, and all the other stuff you taught me to drive. Thank you for supporting me in whatever I do, even if you don't think it's the best idea. Dear Grandma and Pop-Pop, thank you for taking me to school and watching me over the years. Thank you for all the fun stuff you get me and do with me. Thank you for introducing me to the lake. It is so much fun to go there with you and family. Dear Nanny and Pawpaw, thank you for watching me and taking me to school. Thank you for all the fun stuff you guys have for me when I come to your house. Thank you for getting me a basketball hoop at a young age so I could practice a lot. Thanks for going out with me, Pawpaw, and throwing football with me over the years and showing me how to work on a bunch of different stuff in the shed. Dear Marshall, thank you for always being there for me. You are always willing to go out and practice any sport with me. Thanks for always dealing with me and spending time with me. There are so many more family members that mean a lot to me and do so much for me. Thank you for all that you do for me.
Dear Mommy and Papi, thank you for sending me to this school. I don't know who I'd be if I was still in public school. I'm thankful for all the things you've done for me and my class, like always buying things for bake sale, or vending machine, or Mom helping with haystacks. Thank you for always understanding if I need a mental health day, or listening to me when I have a bad day or having problems with a friend or teacher. Papi, thank you for persisting me to always study and help me even if you don't understand what I'm learning. Mommy, thank you for helping me prepare for BISPA and both of you always believing in me and having faith in me and pushing me to do things and making me try my best even if I don't have faith. I'm proud of myself for making it this far in this school year and how far I got in my math and other things I've struggled with. Thank you for investing in my education and sending me to a school that gave me more attention in my education. I've realized things about myself in this school and I feel I've grown up better than if I was in public school. I'm grateful for the friends I've made because of you. I'm thankful for the moments I've gained and made with people I love because of your decisions. Some of my favorite memories with you are things like going to Guapos for birthdays, when me and Mom went to see Parade in New York, road trips to Utah, and the last time we went to Ocean City. My life is full of blessings because of you. From your favorite child, Ari. Te amo.
Hello, Mom and Dad. Thank you for being with me since the day that I was born. Dear Mom, I want to thank you for cooking my meals, taking care of me, and helping me with my schoolwork. You always make our trips exciting. Thank you for being with me when I was sick and for bringing my basketball shoes when I would forget them at home. Thank you for always being patient with me when I did dumb things, like starting a fire in the basement or crashing my bike into a tree. Thank you, Dad, for motivating me to be the best I can, and for making me practice basketball even when I didn't feel like it. Thanks, Dad, for always getting me new things, like shoes and a new basketball, especially since I lost my other ones. Thank you for teaching me how to ride a bike and drive a car, and for telling us funny stories, like when you blew up a building or set that kid on fire. I want to say thanks to my sisters for teasing me and being annoying. Even though it sometimes makes me angry when you guys don't do it, I feel like something is missing. Thank you, Sarai, for always playing basketball with me. And thank you, Yodi, for helping me clean my room, even if it was just to play with my Legos. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for choosing to send me to the school. I know it costs a lot of money, and you could have used that money to take a vacation or buy a nice car. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you for always trying to make my life better, like when we moved to America. I want to say thank you to my family for helping me and being there for me throughout my entire life. I love you, Mom and Dad.
Dear Mom and Dad, before I say anything else, I just want to start off by saying thank you very much, and I love you very much. What you did for me means a lot, and for starters, Mom, thank you for always being there for me. It really makes me happy that you're always willing to help me a lot, and it also makes me really happy that you make such delicious food. You should, like, seriously, you make the best food ever. And I also like how the fact that you were always there to raise me. If no one else was there for me, you would be there. I thank you very much for that. And to be honest, that really means a lot to me. So, thank you. Dad, thank you for being an incredible dad throughout these last 14 years of my life. I could tell when you first told me as a child that made you really, really happy. I could tell. And thank you for pretty much helping me throughout these so long for school, because you knew I was struggling since the beginning, but you can very clearly see that I'm improving now, and seeing that clearly makes you happy and very proud of me. Thank you for that. And especially thank you for coming me on class trip, because to be honest, I don't know if I was really okay going there by myself. So, thank you for that. And thank you to you two and Victoria as well for, well, being great siblings. So, thank you for that. And before I sign off, I just want to say that to Mom and Dad, I love you very much. And I will still love you till the very end. So thank you very much for everything you've done for me. This is Daniel Romero signing out. Happy graduation.
Dear Mom and Dad, words cannot express the gratitude and love I feel for you. I will try my best to put my thoughts into words. As I go into my earliest memories, I remember you, Mom, holding me in your arms. You were humming a cheesy rhythm, but I didn't think it was cheesy. Another memory is me sitting in the car with you, asking me different colors of the cars around us. Another memory was when I was older is Mom and Dad making me a lion cake. I want to personally thank you, Dad, for sharing your wisdom with me. Like all the spiritual advice and computer assistance, and the hours we spent together playing ping pong and calling each other friend. I remember me walking down the baptism aisle and you smiling down approvingly at me as you lowered me into the water. I want to especially thank you, Mom, for all the truckloads of delicious food you have cooked that made its way into my belly. I will always be eternally grateful for that. All the sleepless nights you experienced, all the dirty diapers and the odor that wafted through the house, and all the outlandish ideas and foolishness that you had to correct me with a gentle love and an evil wooden spoon. You used to tease my dad that it took you months to love him. For me, it was love at first sight. Dankie mama en papa. Ek sal met julle wandel in paradys vir ewig. Ek is lief vir julle. To my most beloved sister. From the first day I saw you, I was slobbered in soggy baby kisses. Fortunately, that is over. And I just want to say, my Simone, that you are the best sister a brother like me could ever have. From Africa to America, we were always together. Through the good, through the worst. Through valleys, mountains, plains, tears, hardship, laughs, deserts, school adventures, new houses, new countries, and Mount Aetna. And through it all, we stuck together like a tongue, frozen against a metal pole in the winter. Sure, sometimes we were like a dog and a cat in the same cage, but that is what makes us brother and sister. Ek is lief vir jou, my sissie. In conclusion, I would like to say that a family is a clan of people that is not only connected biologically, but also in love, support, and union. This is the Stanner family, and I thank them. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Mama. And thank you, Simone. From your beloved son and your amazing brother, Joshua.
Dear Mom, thanks for bullying me into going to the school. I had the worst attitude because you wanted me to go to the school, but I wanted to go back to public school where all my friends were. For my first week or two, I gave you and my teacher so many problems just so I could go back to my old school. Obviously, that didn't work. So thanks for putting up my attitude all these years. I would not be here if it wasn't for you and all your care and support. As this door closes and another opens, I know you will always be there for me and supporting me. Thank you for giving up your time for me to be more involved with the school. I know the school is expensive, it's so scarce, so thank you for spending a lot of money on me. As I'm growing up, I realized how much you have done for me, and for that I truly need to thank you. Thank you for telling me what I'm truly capable of. Thank you for making me realize that I'm worth everything in this world and that I should never settle for less than I deserve. Thank you for always coming to my basketball games and screaming at me from the sidelines. Thank you for always showing me true love in its rarest forms, what it feels like and how it can extend beyond life's obstacles and challenges. Without you, I will be nowhere close to the person I am and the person I'm trying to become. You have played and continue to play a role in my life like none other. You have always been there for me, guiding me on the right path through the good times and the bad. I have so many good memories here and it'll be sad to leave. I know when I go to HVA, there are going to be more sacrifices made with sports and everything, so I want to thank you for it now. I'm glad I came to the school because I got to watch Milkman and watch Isai get stuck in a tube twice in one day and more crazy stuff my class does. There aren't enough words in the world to show my appreciation, but I think this is a good start.
Oops. I'm gonna break something. Hello, my name is Shekinah Monterey. I've been going to Mount Aetna for about 9 years now, and I'm the 8th grade president for the class of 2023. When I was filling out my application for high school, one of the questions that it asked me was 3 words to describe myself. Since we are graduating and going our separate ways, I felt it was appropriate to do the same. Julia, you are considerate, amiable, and optimistic. Julia has been an amazing vice president and has always found a way to bring, whoa, I lost my place. Has always found a way to bring light into our lives, especially when we are stressed. She has found a way to help bring light to our lives, especially, I just read that. And bring her positivity. Nicole, you are caring, approachable, and lively. I've known Nicole since 4th grade, and she has always been someone you can go to when you need help. She's always been an easy person to talk to. James, you are intelligent, realistic, and animated. While our class, I don't know what is happening here. The words are moving. While our class has our moments, James has always had a way to bring back reality with his realist mentality. And when the class is down, he can always add back the fun and enthusiasm the class is missing. Connor, you are placid, ambitious, and reliable. If I can find my place, you are. Okay. Connor has been a big help with bake sales, pizza lunches. I'm struggling. He has took initiative, and we quite literally could not have done it without him. Cooper, you are adventurous, inspiring, and genuine. Cooper brings out a competitive side in our class. He helps encourage us to keep going. He has also been a big help with chapels and things like that. Ari, you are creative, expressive, and passionate. Ari has always found a way to bring excitement into our class's dull moments. When she is passionate about something, she makes her voice heard and helps us to do the same. Isai, you're intelligent, diligent, and aspiring. Isai has always found a way of making our class laugh, and on a long day, sometimes a good laugh is all you need. Isai has also been a big help with chapels and helping with the bunny box. Daniel, you are artistic, imaginative, and serene. When we have a dull day, Daniel has read us his stories and has brought us a piece of joy and excitement into our days. Josh, you are assured, hopeful, and campy. Josh has always had a way of bringing God into our lives and reminding us to focus on Jesus. He also has a way of making our class laugh when we need to. And Kaya, you are confident, outgoing, and authentic. Kaya has been a big help with bake sales and pizzas. She is always herself and makes that clear. I think she brings us some of real life into our class, and it wouldn't be the same without her. It wouldn't be the same without any of these people. As we go our separate ways, I hope you all remember who you are, and I hope you embrace yourself and remember these days of your life and hold them close to your heart and never forget your time at the school. Thank you for listening, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Hi, I'm Cooper Carball. I'll be introducing our speaker. Our speaker is a wonderful teacher that has been with us since the 4th grade. She has made us laugh. She has made us cry. She has made our time fly by, but now we have to say goodbye. But thankfully, we can always stop by. We would now like to invite up our speaker for the class of 2023, Miss Robin Correa.
bring him here. Good luck. Yes. He will bring me good luck. Always. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you will be relieved to know that my speech is going to be much shorter than my regular classes are. I heard that amen over there, Pastor. I'll be visiting your church soon. So, you would think with a class this size, not too large, not too small, you would think it would be easy to find something that they have in common that we could talk about tonight. But a few of them don't like chocolate, and that limits me a bit. But what I did find, amazingly enough, is that while several of them do not like to read at all, we can agree that some of the best books we have ever read were written by Richard Peck. A Long Way from Chicago, A Year Down Yonder. If you haven't read any of them, I would encourage you to do that. But we have found in these books something that we can share, something that we have in common. So if you will give me a little bit of leeway this evening, my talk to you is going to be largely about A Year Down Yonder. They're taking pictures. They want to see your face. Okay. The Wabash Bluebird was sitting motionlessly at the platform at Chicago's railway station, patiently waiting for the passengers to board. And young Mary Alice Dowdell finally found her way to the window seat. And through tear-filled eyes, she stared at her mother, who waved goodbye from the platform. It wasn't the end of the world, but it sure felt like it. For you see, the Great Depression had wiped out the hopes, dreams, and bank accounts of millions of Americans and was now affecting people around the world. Mary Alice's family had been hit hard. Her dad had lost his job, and her parents were forced to move to a one-room apartment that was only big enough for the two of them, which meant if the family was to survive, Mary Alice was going to need to leave her parents, her friends, her school, and go to live with Grandma Dowdell. The very thought gave Mary Alice the chills. For you see, Grandma Dowdell was not the warm, fuzzy, cuddle up with me kind of grandma that warms your heart and makes you feel good. No. Grandma was old. Grandma was grumpy. And she was fluffy. Very fluffy. No. In fact, she was intimidating to everyone, young and old alike, and Mary Alice was more than a bit afraid of her. A sudden jerk of the train brought Mary Alice back into the present, just in time to wave goodbye to her mother. In years past, Mary Alice and her older brother Joey had made this same trip once a week. For 1 week each summer. But this time Mary Alice was alone and was going to be staying for a year. She was heading to a place that had no telephone and no indoor plumbing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the future looked very bleak for Mary Alice Dowdell. Hours later, when the Bluebird came to a stop at Grandma's town, Mary Alice got off and looked for Grandma. You could hardly miss her. But without even as much as a pleasant word, they began to walk towards the house. But along the way, Grandma made the wrong turn and started heading in a different direction. Mary Alice very politely asked where they were going, and Grandma announced, "You're going to school." "But Grandma, I just got off the train. What about all of my things?" But Grandma was not to be persuaded. And before Mary Alice's suitcases had even arrived at home, she was officially enrolled and on her way to the first class. After that, everything that could go wrong did go wrong, if you remember the story. Even in the smallest towns, Shakespeare could not be avoided. And things went downhill from there. She had to share a double seat with the school bully who took way more than her half, and she didn't make any friends that day. Then she had to go home to Grandma. As she lay in her bed and cried herself to sleep that night, I'm sure Mary Alice desperately wanted to know that everything was going to be all right. That assurance would have been priceless. If only she could have seen that she was going to make friends. If only she had known that though Grandma, who had very little, had the kind heart and felt it necessary to make sure that the homeless hobos who walked the railroad tracks in search of a job could have a warm meal. If only she could know that one day Grandma would turn on every light in the house and stand on the porch for hours waiting for Joey's army train to go by, just so he could see her wave at him. If only Mary Alice knew that on this very night that things would be okay and that by the end of the year she would not want to leave Grandma and go back to Chicago. If only she could have known. As you prepare to receive your diplomas this evening, perhaps you, like Mary Alice, would feel more comfortable if you knew what your future looked like, wouldn't you? That's not going to happen. But here are a few thoughts and suggestions. Number one, you, like Mary Alice, are heading into an uncertain but exciting time in your life. You'll be leaving the hallways, classrooms, and teachers of Mount Aetna Adventist School and starting the next level of your education in an environment that is not yet familiar to you. But it will be. Take a deep breath and go with the flow. Grandma Daldell would tell you, make your education a priority. Knowledge is power. Don't waste it. Don't judge a book by its cover. If we had, we would have never read the first book. We would never have developed an affection for Grandma Daldell or wanted to read more books written about by this author. When you're reading a book, sometimes you have to read a few chapters in order to connect with the plot line and the characters. The same thing is true when it comes to making friends. While some people will become your friends instantly, others may be an acquired taste. Allow your heart to have room for the possibility that your first and maybe second impression of a person may have been incorrect. In a world that's all about me, follow the example of Grandma Daldell and take care of others. Galatians 6:9 tells us, "Do not grow weary in doing good, for in the proper time we will reap a harvest if we don't give up." And last, don't be afraid to shine. Matthew 5:14 tells us that you are the light of a world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. Grandma knew the importance of letting her light shine for Joey and the rest of the town to see as his train came through on his way to boot camp. How about you? Will you put your trust in God and allow His light to shine through you? Class of 2023, we can hardly wait to watch you shine. Thank you.
We are honored to have Mr. Rob Geddes, the principal of HVA, here with us today. Mr. Geddes, we invite you up to the stage to present awards to the class of 2023.
Good evening. I am not Rob Geddes, but he is here with us. My name is Pastor Elijah, as most of you know, and I'm excited to be here to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2023 from Mount Aetna. Congratulations. I want to share with you guys a quick quote from one of my favorite books. This is what it says. True education means more than the pursuit of a certain course of study. It means more than a preparation for the life that now is. It has to do with the whole being and with the whole period of existence possible to mankind. It is the harmonious development of the physical, the mental, and the spiritual powers. It prepares the student for the joy of service in this world and for the higher joy of wider service in the world to come. We're so glad that Mount Aetna has prepared you this far, and we at HVA are excited to continue with you on this educational journey on your way to the celestial city. Today I have with me 2 scholarships that I'd like to present. You might call them scholarships, your parents might call them free money, which we're all excited about. So we have here 2 scholarships. The first is an academic scholarship for those of you that have achieved a 3.5 or higher. And then the second scholarship is for your service in leadership at Mount Aetna. And I'll begin with the academic scholarships first. The first academic scholarship, Connor Huff. Cooper Carbo. Isiai Guzman Bonilla. James Curbs. Joshua Standard. Congratulations. Julia Alves. Kaya Taylor. Nicole Hengen. Shekinah Monterey. And now for our leadership scholarships, for those of you that have served in some form of leadership at your school. Starting with Ariana Grandals. Connor Huff. Cooper. James Curbs. Julia Avalos. Nicole Hengen. Congratulations again. And Shekinah Monterey. Congratulations, class of 2023. We look forward to seeing you hopefully next year at Highland View Academy.
Hello, I'm Ari Granados, and I'm the 8th grade historian, and I will be talking about our class gift. We picked this gift because a majority of our class has a special connection to this thing. Our class gift is new backboards to the basketball hoops on the middle school blacktop. We hope this new addition to the blacktop will be useful and appreciated by all of the classes to come, and that when they use them, they remember our class and the gift we have given them. We choose to have a gift to leave a legacy, and we hope future classes will come choose to do the same. We were drawn to new backboards because most of us have a special connection to basketball, and we wanted to show our love and appreciation to the sport and school and memories. And memories we have connected. And so we picked it so I'm sorry. And memories we have connected, so we picked it so other classes to come would have the same love as us as they continue growing with the school. We're so excited to see other people make new and fresh memories.
Good evening, my Aetna families. We are very, very happy to present to our students the diploma certificates for 8th grade. I'm going to be reading, and you guys know what you guys have to do, right? Good. Shekinah Grace Monterey. Julia Vaz Alves. Nicole Emileni San Engen. James Edwards Curves. Connor Michael Huff. Ariana Celeste Granados. Cooper Dylan Carva. Isaí Alejandro Guzmán Bonilla. Daniel Ricardo Romero. Joshua Walmer Stender. Kaya Rashana Taylor. Blessings, class 2023.
When we graduate a class that is as special as this class, it leaves a big hole in our hearts, doesn't it? Yes, big hearts, lots of love to the class of 2023. The good news is, like the rows of teeth in a shark's mouth, there is another set ready to take place and replace you. I know. The class of 2024 would like that. So tonight I'd like the 7th grade class, the class of 2024. You are officially 8th graders. If you would stand up, please. This is the class of 2024. We look forward to your leadership, class of 2024. You may be seated. Let us pray. Lord God, we know that you have been with us this evening, and we have felt your presence along each day, all these years in the halls of Mount Aetna Adventist School. We ask that you continue to go with our graduates, bless them, help them to put you first in all that they do and all that they say. Lord, we look forward to your soon return. We really look forward to your soon return. We hope this is the last graduation we have to do until you come in the clouds. Thank you for your love. Amen. Immediately following the ceremony, we have, with the help of our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, we have a reception over on the campus of Mount Aetna Adventist School. We would love for you to come and join us. We have s'mores, a bonfire, the Kona ice truck is there for you. And each graduate, they're so individual. Each graduate has their own little station where you can learn about them and you can sample the food that they love the most. So if you are in the mood for sushi pupusas and cheese pizza, we encourage you to come with us back to the school, and we will continue celebrating these amazing, amazing kids. I'm not going to cry, but you know, my oldest is graduating this evening. James is the child I lay claim to, though he may not lay claim to me sometimes. And people ask me, is this a really hard graduation for you, Mr. Curbs? Your son is graduating. And I want you to know that every graduation is a hard graduation for me, because I look at your children like they're my own children. So I'm losing 11 children tonight, and I'm saying goodbye. So, it's the best. Todd Rosman is going to be helping the graduate families leave. We're doing a parade all the way back to Mount Aetna School. So there's a blue convertible right there on the road, right out in front of the church. If you would join into that line, if you were a graduate family vehicle, your graduates actually in your vehicle, join that little parade. They're going to hit their flashers. There'll be children probably hanging out of the sunroof. You'll know that's the group you want to be in if you have a graduate. We'll get them over there, and we'll have a good time. So please, parents, look for a blue Honda Pilot. It's a Pilot. It's going to help lead, see? A blue Honda Pilot with flashers. Parents of graduates, start making your way there as soon as you can. But you can't right now because we need to have the recessional and we need to turn your tassel.